I got this question. Is anime bad to watch? I would say yes and no. Once again, it depends on the things you struggle with. And I think it depends on the anime, a lot of it. Anime has the propensity to be sexualized, hypersexualized, and then it's also a little bit weird because a lot of the times they're high schoolers. And so you're hypersexualizing high schoolers. And that is, I'm never comfortable with that. But then times they're not hypersexualizing high schoolers. For example, in Lucky Star, one of my favorite anime, they're still high schoolers, but then they throw in the beach episode, or they throw in inappropriate jokes with the dad, for example. It hits that uncomfortable level of, is this wrong? So I would say it's not even just a per anime basis, it's per episode basis. If you hit that beach episode and you struggle with lust, skip it. I would say another thing about anime is the Japanese culture is rooted in Buddhist tradition. They have a lot of New Year's traditions, and this is typical Japan, right? And so you have to be aware that the culture of anime will reflect its creators and how they view religion. Japan has a very small Christian population. I believe it's roughly 1%, that give or take. Like, it's tiny, tiny, tiny. So there's a Christian culture, but the media reflects the culture of Japan, which is inherently rooted in occultism, which once again isn't bad if you don't struggle with that sin. If you struggle with occults and demons, maybe stray away, you know? I think overall, a lot of these are just trust the Lord. If you think it is and you don't feel comfortable, don't watch that specific anime. Anime is a broad slice of life, action. Find an anime that is very, very mild. Slice of life animes, and then skip certain episodes if you need to. Pray, ask God, use your heart. Listen to that still quiet voice in your heart when you're watching something that says, oh, I'm not comfortable with this, because I do that. When I'm watching something and it's too much, there are anime out there that I turn off. Find anime that you like, find anime that is nice. And I have some anime that I would like, and I would love to recommend the anime that I've watched that I think is good and somewhat clean, barring episodes, of course, because fan service. I hope this helps. It's a terrible answer, I feel like, but really, because anime is such a broad topic, it's going to be difficult for anyone. Just be careful, pray. I like anime too.